Today is day 87 of the podcast, and the second truth we see in Matthew 17:20 is that faith is a seed. A seed holds all the potential for full fruit, but it's not that fruit yet. And when you hear a teaching, you read a book from a gifted teacher, what they're sharing with you is their fruit, but you are receiving it now as your seed. You don't have it in the same form as they are teaching it. We tend to eat the seed. We tend to treat a teaching or a sermon or a book as though that were the meal, and we tend to consume the seed as just a one-time meal. You know that if you allow a seed to even have the time to sprout, it becomes 150 times as nourishing as just the seed itself. The other thing is when that seed becomes activated in us, it came to us as a rhema word, it's an active word, it's indwelling us now, and we begin activating it within our lives. Then we become doers of the word rather than forgetful hearers, and we begin to have more seed ourselves as well as the bread of it to eat. It takes time, it takes light, it takes nourishment, it takes sometimes heat and pressure to bring seeds to full fruit. There's a waiting period. We often forget the waiting period. When we receive promises from God, it's seed, but how do we steward that seed? How do we take care of what we've been given so that it can fulfill all that God gave it to us for? I want to read Hebrews 10, verse 36. For you have need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what was promised. There's often some action to take, something to step out in, something to repent from. There's some activity associated with that seed. It's not just to pocket it and then pull it out in prayer and hold it up to God and say, you said. So there's a period of time, there's a period of waiting, there's a period of action. And here's your question for today. Have you received seed from the Lord and realize perhaps there's an action I need to be taking? I want you to take this before the Lord in prayer and see what he says.